I'm a broker.
I'm a broker. I find people willing to sell a kidney. I plug them into the syndicate, then they go and donate.
This dealer is a gateway to an international organ cartel. He operates in Western Kenya, targeting men desperate for cash.
If you're given 6,000 euros, imagine how many heads of cattle you can buy at the local market. Here, take my number.
These motorbike taxi drivers are quick to show interest. The broker has already secured 2 new recruits.
This guy here wants to sell his kidney because of his problems at home. Once I find people like him willing to donate, I link them up to the syndicate. I help them.
We head to the heart of this network, Mediheal Hospital. In April, the government shut it down, suspecting that thousands of kidneys have been sold here in the past decade. This local activist, Juma, warns the mafia is still operating. He was one of the very first whistleblowers.
Organ trafficking Eldoret is the hub, because this is where it started. The gist of organ trafficking started in this facility called Mediheal. This is where the transplant has been happening. So they used to do around 20 transplants per week. That's a huge number. It's something that has been happening under the carpet. A number of youths have lost their organs in this facility.
The life-saving organs have been bought by wealthy foreigners who've openly talked about the transplants online.
Jetzt hier in Eldoret in Kenia hatte am 27.09. meine Transplantation.
These patients from Europe and the Middle East would have waited years to get a kidney back home. In Kenya, they can get one within weeks. After just a few minutes of filming, the hospital's private security arrives.
Let him do whatever he wants. Watafanya nini? They are licensed journalists. I am an activist. You cannot do anything. Call the police. They are stopping us because they know what has been happening here. So don't be afraid. This is something that is in the public domain. Yes, so let them come. Let them shoot. I know soon goons will be coming here. Not police, goons. So we should be going. We should be moving.
The last time Juma was here, more armed men showed up and it got violent. So we head off.
We have another hospital. Another one is just right here. But a number of them were actually involved in the organ syndicate, because cross-match was done in another hospital. The real transplant was done in another hospital. But other hospitals in Lod have never been mentioned.
Other institutions have been benefiting too, allowing the lucrative trade to flourish for years. The foreigners typically stay at this 4-star luxury hotel, the best in the region.
Knowingly, they are coming to receive an organ transplant from a person who is coming from a very poor background. It's shameful, it's act of impunity, they lack conscience, no moral standing, no moral values. In fact, shame on them.
Videos online show transplant tourists enjoying safaris during their stays. The full package costs up to 200,000 euros. The trips are facilitated by a company owned by an Israeli businessman. Online, the firm has posted hundreds of testimonies of successful transplants.
The extent of this damage is unimaginable. The donors are never prepared, never told the truth about the effects of donating their organs, never told the truth about their health. The people who are involved in the syndicate do not even care about the donor. They care much about the receiver. Why? Because the receiver has a baggage of money.
That money mostly goes to a wide web of middlemen in the syndicate. Like this broker, who we meet again. Victims continue to fall into his trap. He's just found a potential new seller on WhatsApp, a 23-year-old whose parents died recently.
Would you sell your kidney for 3,000 euros?
I was hoping for more. I see this as the only way out of poverty. It's the only solution I can see.
This broker says he's just a pawn in an international trafficking ring, deliberately structured to keep the real masterminds untouchable and out of reach.
It's a huge network. It operates in every county in Kenya. I've even worked in neighboring counties, trying to find more donors there. I try to explain some of the risks before they go through with the operation. But they don't care. They just say they need a small amount of money to solve their financial problems.
Victims are enticed with promises of quick cash, making it hard for them to measure the risks. For Victor, like so many others, the operation has left him worse off than before.
This is where they conducted the surgery.
The carpenter sold his kidney earlier this year for €1,500.
When I work long hours into the evening, I get really tired, way more than before the operation.
After the procedure, he was sent home with nothing but a small plastic device.
This is the gadget I was given in case I have trouble breathing.
The money has already run out. He can't afford follow-up care, and he and his wife are struggling.
Which meal are you preparing today?
Anything you want. I just need the money.
The couple's dream of starting their own business has vanished.
He's getting tired, he can't do anything, so how we'll get the money will be difficult. That is the problem I'm crying about.
After work, Victor meets his friend Robert, another victim. Both men were promised €3,000, but only received half of that. They say traffickers took a cut, and police, informed of the illegal sales, also demanded a share.
We should be given the biggest share as we're the ones donating our kidneys, but instead we received the smallest amount. And what we got was less than what we were promised, especially with the police taking hundreds of euros from us. It hasn't helped us.
If that opportunity came again, I wouldn't sell my kidney because I hardly received any money for it.
Robert got his surgery near Lake Victoria. We head to the hospital he mentions, undercover, posing as buyers. Inside, we meet the head of the renal department, and we ask him for a quick transplant.
If you are thinking about transplantation outside the family, has this fall under category of illegal transplantation, then investigation is going on now. It means even if there's a chance for something like this happen, this is not the right time.
Would the response have been different a few months ago? Organ harvesting has become a very sensitive topic since April 2025, when multiple probes were officially launched by Kenyan authorities. The issue even reached Parliament.
Multiple reports have implicated Medihill Hospital, which is claimed to be facilitating illegal kidney transplants, organ trafficking, raising significant concerns about possible collusion between the hospital and criminal syndicates who exploit medical infrastructure.
This MP from Western Kenya was the first to raise the alarm. But exposing this world comes with serious risks. He was threatened by people at the top of the syndicate.
I did mention that my life was in danger. Honestly, I was scared. I have never been in that position where I have always had it, from far and wide. It had never come so close.
A 2023 government report found evidence suggesting hundreds of illegal transplants at Medihill Hospital, findings that MP Kitor has substantiated. But that report was never published, and its recommendations never acted on.
What happened to that investigation? It was doctor. In fact, there are several doctors in our country who refused to be part and parcel of the of the final findings, the deep pockets of this criminal did manage to get into buying everyone along their path.
Inspectors are visiting hospitals across Kenya that could be involved in this mafia. We return to the city at the heart of the network. This clinic was examined just days ago. Its head is the only doctor in Kenya who agreed to speak with us. He admits he treated transplant recipients for follow-up care, but says he's not involved in the trafficking.
These other hospitals that are providing, imaging services and stuff like that, I don't think they're directly involved in the transplant process. They're just offering support services for the transplanting hospitals. So I don't think it would be fair to call them accomplices.
Investigators are also holding hearings in various cities, inviting locals to share any information. Nearby, we meet Juma again, the man who first leaked the story. He's on his way to them.
I was the whistleblower, so I think they will also want to hear my take, my voice.
Juma is the only person who's shown up today.
I expected to find more people, especially victims, but you can see the seats are empty. I guess it's because of sensitivity of these ongoing investigations.
We're told we can't film the hearings, but we find Juma afterwards.
The information they are going to gather from the victims, they probably give a government a recommendation that will probably help the government to do something or to act. So let us just hope, let us just be optimistic that maybe this one will be different, but I doubt. I doubt.
The investigative committee says it will publish its findings at the end of July. But Juma warns it may suffer the same fate as previous reports, with recommendations that are never enforced. This story may only just be beginning. The same network operates in 13 other countries, suggesting Kenya could be just one piece of a far bigger puzzle.